It's an ancient peasant food with a high-end and happening present. It's pizza. Now I'm on a quest to discover the incredible variations of this American favorite. From its debut on the streets of New York,
the vertical hold test, I love it.
Everything's holding on.
To its celebrity chef-driven makeover.
It's like mouth-watering and it's not even cooked yet.
And from the deep dish of Chicago,
it's almost like upside down.
To the outer limits of internationally inspired pies.
Sushi pizza. We're gonna dig into this American staple and reveal the amazing diversity and taste-tempting trends that keep pizza on top of the menu.
Pizza is one of the most popular foods in America. Whether it's frozen or being delivered to your door, even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. But it's always changing. Today, Americans are hankering for tastes that combine both the traditional ingredients with eclectic new ideas. Old school meets new school. And one of the trendiest new restaurants in the country is Nate Appleman's Polino's.
What kind of cutting-edge cuisine is driving all this high-end hoopla? It's the humble American favorite, pizza.
Came from Naples, Italy. In the 1880s, Queen Margherita's chef started cooking up a version of the Queen's favorite peasant food in the palace so she didn't have to get it on the street. He topped it with tomatoes, cheese, and basil to represent the colors of the Italian flag. And
the fennel seed and the chili come together.
But at the same time, you know, it's not overpowering with any of those flavors, so you still get a nice pork flavor.
Right.
All right, and then we grind.
It's starting to all make sense. Great pork, cut fresh, marinated, browned properly. It's all coming together.
That's what makes our pizzas delicious.
Yeah.
Temperature of the oven is crucial to our pizza. If it's too high, it comes out soggy. If it's too low, it comes out like a cracker.
Can I just give it a touch? Just kind of slide. I love it. Oh, wow. Even moving this feels like you got to know what you're doing. It's not as simple as I thought it'd be. It's not just like...
If you grab it the wrong way, you poke a hole in it and ruin it. All the cheese gets on the bottom.
Coming up, it's back to basics. I hit the streets of New York to find out how an Italian queen's favorite dish got to America. With a guy who probably knows more about pizza than anyone on the planet.
Take a look at this. Vertical hold test. Nothing's falling off.
And then I'm off to pizza school to learn the secrets behind the thick and chewy Chicago style. And throw some dough with the only American to ever win the Naples World Pizza Cup.
Wow.
It's easy to see why Polino's and places like it are taking the pizza world by storm. But pizza was pretty popular before it got Nate's artisanal treatment.
And the best place to understand why is here on the streets of New York City, where pizza has been a classic working man's food for more than a century. In fact, there are more than 500 pizzerias in Manhattan alone. Luckily, I've got an expert guide. Scott Wiener runs Scott's Pizza Tours and has forgotten more about pizza than most people have ever known.
They're getting like a lot of the natural yeast up in the air. This place over here doesn't.
So what defines New York pizza? The best place to find out is probably here at Lombardi's, America's first pizza joint.
So this place is pretty old, right?
Yeah, it's very old. It's actually the first licensed pizzeria in the United States. It's opened by this guy named Gennaro Lombardi who came over from Naples. If you're looking for good pizza in America, just follow the lines of Italian immigration coming from the south of Italy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so many people think pizza was invented in New York. It wasn't invented. There's a style that changed in New York because New York had so many Italian ingredients available because all the Italians brought them over when they came here. The wave of pizza that's becoming so popular right now is the original style.
That original style started here at Lombardi's when it opened in 1905. Thin, crispy crust, bright red sauce, thick mozzarella cheese cooked up in a super hot oven.
This is an example of how oven makes a difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is an old bakery oven. It's an old bread oven, and they're using coal. I mean, they're not using wood or gas
Literally
or anything
coal.
like that.
So they're
Literally
like
coal.
shoveling this in.
Exactly. You know, this coal has such amazing burning capacity that a ton of coal equals about an acre of wood. The pie is in and out of the oven in 2.5 minutes. The oven is up at about 1,000 degrees.
I love it.
But it's the street slice that New York is really known for. So Scott took me down to Joe's in the East Village to talk pizza with the founder's grandson, Sal Vitale.
My grandfather, you know, he came here about 40 years ago from Naples, opened the store, you know, had his own recipe.
Take a look at this. Vertical hold test.
That is
Nothing's falling off.
The vertical hold test, I love it.
Everything's holding on. Everything's holding on tight.
And if you don't hold it in New York, is that like a
Oh, if I see you put a slice on top of a slice, I won't sell you a slice
That's
no
it,
more.
you're banned, you're done.
No more.
I love it, you gotta dispose
You
it.
make a sandwich out of a pizza. It's a pizza, it's not a sandwich.
New York pizza may have been first, but it's not without its regional rivals. As Italian immigrants spread out across the country, they created new American takes on this classic food. There's St. Louis sheet style, even a New Haven style with white sauce and clams. But the biggest rival to New York when it comes to pizza is Chicago. To get a crash course in the diversity of American-style pizza, I've come to Tony Gimignani's International School of Pizza. Tony Gimignani is the only American certified master from the Scuola Italiana Pizzaioli. He makes an incredible Chicago style.
Other than the thickness, what really is Chicago pizza?
Really, what makes Chicago pizza is the ingredients. The sausage is very important. You think of Chicago, you think of sausage. And then you go into cooking it in a pan. And when you cook it in a pan, you change the dynamics of it. Can I show you how to make it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. All right. So we have sliced mozzarella. Typically, you think of a shredded mozzarella on a pizza.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily on Chicago pie. You're gonna layer the bottom.
And what's the idea behind the slices? Is it just the way it melts and the texture?
Support, yeah, it's texture. It also helps support the weight of everything. It doesn't really let it bleed through. You think of a lot of sauce, a lot of ingredients. You don't want to bleed through. So now, we'll go ahead and pinch. We're gonna do a double sausage pie. And what we can do is layer a little bit of sauce over that. And this, usually when you think of a Chicago pie, you have more of a robust sauce. It's not too watery. You got a lot of weight here, and you're gonna want a sauce that is more of a hand-crushed tomatoes.
Where did Chicago pizza come from? This isn't like 100 years ago in Italy, is it?
No, it started in the early 40s. Uno's opened by a guy named Ike Sewell, or Sewell. A little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano.
Nice.
And, I think he was just going after something heartier, a hearty meal that was for the people of Chicago,
I grew up there, it's cold.
That was why.
And it's interesting, too. It's almost like upside down, right? We got the cheese underneath and the meat in the sauce instead of sauce.
Exactly.
Cheese meat,
It's
interesting.
gonna come out nice. Okay, so we have a dome brick oven. We have some bricks on top, bricks on the bottom. It's gas.
All right.
It's gas. We have it about 475 degrees, give or take.
Long and slow.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just put this right in. Close the door. In about 15 minutes, we can give it a peek. But we're not gonna really touch it for 35 minutes.
Nice.
While our Chicago-style pizza cooked, I asked Tony if he could show me what he's probably best known for, throwing dough.
So first step.
All right, first step.
Bring it in.
Bring it in, little bow.
Push
Pizza
it
bow.
out.
Push it up.
Perfect.
All right.
Palm, two fists. Palm, two fists.
We
So
go.
palm, two fists. Nice.
Fists. Nice. Am I
Nice.
getting
You
cool?
get really good. You start spinning it.
Wow. Okay.
Come on, spin.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
whip. Okay, why is yours not like this?
Yeah.
Should
It's
be
not
bigger
supposed to
than
look
that.
like a wet sweater. Okay.
So mine's about a 16-inch.
That's what. All
You
right.
still
16
got
inch
about a
or
10.
12.
Yeah, but keep working on
I'm
it.
gonna do a couple tosses. Another 5 hours, and I might be up to 11 inches.
Luckily, our Chicago pie was ready, and I had worked up an appetite.
All right, ready for a slice?
I'm ready, man. I grew up eating Chicago pizza. This looks like as good as it gets.
Nice.
Everyone has their own little twist on what we call the big three. You got the crust, you got the sauce, you got the cheese. The Chicago pizza was all about the thickness and the sausage and the toppings.
Dough has absorbed the sauce, but it's still got body. It's still firm.
But Chicago's hardly the end of pizza's incredible journey. Everywhere it goes, this American classic continues to evolve. So what's next in pizza's transformation? I'm heading to the fringes to find out. Coming up, I'll dig into the revolutionary pizza that came out of California. Wow. And take a walk on the wild side with Indian pizza and something really out there. I cannot believe I'm about to try sushi pizza. Even as pizza has evolved into its many regional variations, the big three combination of great dough, sweet tomato sauce, and melted cheese has remained largely intact. But there's one place that's completely changing that paradigm. What happens when a conventional food like pizza meets up with a decidedly unconventional place like California? I'm at the perfect spot to find out, the famous Berkeley Farmers Market. Sean Baker is one of the West Coast's hottest young chefs. His Berkeley restaurant, Gather, is taking pizza to a whole new place. Instead of starting with dough, sauce, and cheese, he starts at the farmer's market.
This is where you're deciding what's going to be on the menu?
Yeah, this is the place. This is the place. We have a wide array of things to play with here.
So is this kind of how you're like writing the menu as you look across the board here?
Exactly. So here we have 8 varieties of squash. Grab about 5 of these guys.
All right.
Let's grab 4 of the Gold Rush.
So what do we got here?
So we got some fresh porcinis from California. So we're gonna
When
grab
they
a few
pop,
of
you
these.
grab 'em.
Yes, exactly. So
Sean and I gathered a wide variety of fresh Northern California produce. But we're supposed to be making pizza, not salad.
that's it. We're good to go.
Back at Gather, Sean showed me how he puts all these amazing vegetables to work creating a state-of-the-cuisine California-style pizza.
Basically, we're cutting them into wedges like this. We're gonna keep the structure of the mushroom without, being like thin slices that you usually get on a pie.
Just cut them in bigger chunks.
In
you
big
said,
chunks,
right? 'Cause
just
we
like
want to
that.
taste the texture. We want it to be like meat.
Cali-style pizzas may seem like just another wacky West Coast trend, but a case can be made that the very first pizzas were a lot like this. More than 2,500 years ago, the ancient Greeks made hot, flat bread and topped it with whatever local produce was in season.
First off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our fontanella and a local mozzarella blend.
So I see no tomato sauce.
See, no sauce. We're just putting down cheese. We're gonna put big chunks of short rib on here.
Nice.
We want people to know exactly what's going on here. So we got the big porcinis here. Exactly.
Ooh, there's our mushrooms.
There's our
Wanna try
mushrooms.
one?
Yeah, go for it, man.
By cutting it bigger, I'm getting like a meaty texture. They're juicy, but they still have body.
Yeah.
This is awesome. We went from like full beautiful porcini mushrooms at the market to like on the pizza.
Yeah.
And it's just now that I see everything you were talking about, the balance has come together. Absolutely what you said, perfectly balanced pizza. The crust holds firm even though there's chunks of mushroom and tender short rib. That is brilliant. You're making me redefine pizza again. There's no tomato sauce, but I'm not missing it. I'm getting all the flavors of the ingredients as you discussed. It's perfectly in balance. It is perfectly delicious. My pizza journey started so simply. It was crust, it was sauce, it was cheese. Now I'm here seeing these bountiful toppings, and it's still pizza. So how far can this pizza thing be pushed and still be pizza?
I was about to find out.
I'm here in Alameda, California, and I cannot believe I'm about to try sushi pizza. I've had a lot of pizza, but sushi pizza, never had it. So you're giving me a first. So tell me why sushi on pizza? What's your inspiration for this dish?
I go out to eat a lot, and I just want to try different stuff.
And you like to bring that back and create it here?
And create it here, yes.
Isn't it awesome how everybody wants to have a pizza, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna join me?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's kind of like a tapas style.
Really fresh. I mean, I'm eating sushi. And the crust really is just kind of the background. It's almost like just enough to carry it to my mouth, but it's really about the raw fish popping in your mouth. The heat of the aioli, for sure. Very nice.
Good.
Many cultures are finding ways to put their mark on this iconic American dish. But is sushi pizza as far as pizza can be pushed? No way.
Just when I thought pizza had found its limits, I find Indian pizza. This is gonna be incredible. Wow.
The pie I was about to bite into was a thin crust topped with not only sauce and cheese, but Indian delicacies like ginger, tandoori chicken, and of course, plenty of curry.
It definitely gets high marks for beauty. It's tandoori chicken. Instead of tomato sauce, we got creamy spinach sauce. Maybe there is no end to what definition of pizza could be.
Coming up, I venture down a dark alley in search of some black market pizza.
Sushi, Indian, Chicago style, I've tried them all. Now for something completely off the hook, parking lot style.
I've seen pizza cooked in 100-year-old coal-fired bakery ovens and high-tech gas ovens. Now I'm about to see it cooked on concrete in a parking lot. Each night, Jeff Krupman, aka the Pizza Hacker, announces his whereabouts on Twitter, and he has a following of loyal customers who swear by his parking lot pizza. His menu is limited to what fits in his cooler.
Got some fresh basil.
All right.
And tonight, he was making pizza margarita. I may have come full circle, but this was not your Queen's margarita.
You have to tell me about this oven. This reminds me of some like Betty Crocker cake oven on steroids or something. Like, how did you do this?
Based on the essentially what's called the rocket oven, which is an oven that they kind of came up with for the third world to cook efficiently with wood.
And then you're using hardwood in there?
Yeah, it's almond, but
wood.
any hardwood will work. And I use charcoal to start it on the bottom. So I try to get it to about 800 on the floor and 900 above.
That is 900 degrees in there.
Yeah, yeah. It's about 90 seconds to 2 minutes for pie.
2 minutes, and you're done.
Yeah.
Nice, you gonna join me? Totally unique, the smoke you get from that oven. Your sauce is sweet and nice.
From the smoky taste of the parking lot to the custom crafting of Polino's. From Chicago's deep dish to the farmer's market of California and the global flavor combo of Indian and sushi pie. It's been an incredible journey, one that's revealed how we continue to transform this iconic food into an ever-changing American favorite.
Parking lot style pizza, now I can say I've had it all.